Let's see. Okay, we streaming in. All right. Okay. Put the drop in. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get this drop in. All right, Israel. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and go straight in. We got some heavy news articles that we're trying to bring in, and we don't want any distractions. So of course you won't hear any music right now. Maybe later on, okay. But again, this is boot up, or shut up radio. Again, I am priest and officer 5000 or Wanya Allah, coming to you live once again. It's episode 60, okay. Episode 60, no doubt, okay. And we coming in once again live in effect. We do have priest and captain 13,000 Kahan Thamyad. He is in the building, okay? Fired up, ready to go, reporting live from hell. Again, you all, listen, these topics that we got today have to be discussed. It's a reason why, the platforms are out there, ISUPK. All right, so we're going to go straight in. Again, if you're just joining us for the first time, ISUPK started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana, the most controversial man in America, because he stands his ground, and I don't mean in the state of Florida. All right, he stands his ground all over the planet Earth with the truth of the Bible, teaching it to the blacks, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native American Indians, and West Indians from North, Central, and South America. All right. So now we're gonna bring it to you live on Boot Up or Shut Up. I have Priest and Captain 13,000 on deck. You all don't make sure you all do donate to Boot Up or Shut Up Radio. Again, that's in the Cash App, y'all. Just go to Boot Up or Shut Up Radio, $ Boot Up or Shut Up Radio. Make your donation, Cash App that, so we can continue to make this radio station even better than it is, and bring you all of the reports about how righteous the Israelite nation is and how wicked modern day Babylon, better known as America, is. So we're going to get into these stories right now with no further ado. Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shabbarakatah. Captain, Shalom, how you doing today, brother?
What's going on, brother? Shalom, Yahweh Shabbarakatah.
All right.
Good to be here tonight. I want to say Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shah, to all the sisters out there. Also, like Shalom, Yahweh Shema Alatham Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shah, to all the sisters out there. And all the brothers, Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shabbarakatah. Once again, I'm of course reporting live from hell. There's a lot going on. We got a lot to talk about, so we're gonna get right into it, man. There's a lot going on in Israel. We encourage our brothers and sisters to, we know there's a lot of misinformation out there, but the ISUPK, we like to filter. We filter out all the misinformation, and we give it to you straight.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to really understand what's going on, it's best to reach out to us and to join us on the shows, and let's crank it all the way up. You understand what I'm saying? So now let's go to story number 1. Let's get on our way to story number 1. Okay. And this story here happens in New Orleans. Okay. Those that know about that Hard Rock Cafe hotel they was building down there, that was right directly in front of the campsite. It was right on, like it's an intersection right there where we have camp downtown.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So let's go into that story.
All right, Most High Christ. All right, first story for tonight: worker who raised alarm, okay, before deadly New Orleans hotel collapse to be deported. Okay.
You understand? This brother here was a brother. He was from Honduras, man.
Right.
This brother here, now he raised the alarm about what was going on. And see, I know we're gonna get into this story, but I gotta just say something about this because a lot of brothers that work construction, they understand this. Like, it's certain things you cannot do on a construction site.
Right.
But Esau is so greedy, all he cared about is money. He would jeopardize people's lives.
Yep.
For to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going, my brother.
All right, so we have a Honduran, okay? Honduran Delmer Joel Ramirez Palmer, who has lived in New Orleans for 18 years now.
How many years?
18 years. Okay. Now he was he warned the supervisors of safety concerns. Okay. So now, a construction worker who attempted to warn managers about building dangers and was seriously injured in last month's deadly Hard Rock Hotel collapse in New Orleans will be deported on Monday, his lawyer said this week. Now, Delmer Joel Ramirez Palmer, an Honduran citizen, was working inside the 18-story building when it dramatically crumbled onto a busy downtown intersection on October the 12th, killing 3 and injured dozens. He survived a fall from the 9th floor to the 6th by swinging from a rope. Good night. Okay.
You understand that? That's something like Indiana Jones. Let me say something.
Man.
And it was I don't know if it was his brother, but it was another Hispanic brother that he saved like 4 people's lives, man.
Right.
Like they make it hard for our brothers and sisters, man. They make it hard for us to even have a life in this damn place. This brother lived in New Orleans for 18 years. He worked construction, I believe, for that 18 years too. And I don't understand why he wasn't a goddamn foreman out there.
Man.
Why he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? You got these white people who supervisors on these jobs and don't know what the hell they talking about. You understand? He wasn't illegal. The construction site was illegal. That was the illegal part. If
right.
you cared about that more than you cared about deporting our brothers, maybe you wouldn't have cost people their lives.
Right.
I can't wait till we get back out there in New Orleans. Keep going, my brother.
All right, and just so you know, I'm gonna go ahead and get New Orleans ISUPK Louisiana camp leader. I'm gonna go ahead and get him on the phone with us. I'll go ahead and call him live so he can be on this call as well, because he's down there, eyes on deck down there. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him a call right now. We'll call him live.
All right.
Let me see. See if I can get him. Call him live. Okay. Hey, Shalom, how about you? Okay, turn me down in the background back there. Okay. All right, good deal. Now you're on here live, and again, everybody just joining. This is we have priest and officer 5000 Matabar. He is the ISUPK camp leader for the state of Louisiana. Okay, and he is down there looking at the damage that's actually being done by this building collapse. And if I'm not mistaken, this is where the crane fell, correct? Okay. Are you there? Okay. All right. Go ahead. So this is now this is the place. This is the place where the crane fell, right?
God.
Okay. So explain what's going on with that.
They're supposed to be knocking down a hotel out there. They blew up some cranes or whatever. One of them fell and the other one didn't. So they stuck in that process right now. They still working on knocking this building down. Ain't no telling when they gonna get it done.
Okay, so if everybody's looking, they can look at the building on how it collapsed. It's on the screen for everybody to look at now. All right, and just look at that for a second and imagine, with the people, how horrified and terrified the people were. And again, Captain Kahan is going in tonight. This is a very, it's like a double sad story, okay? Because this brother, and he is an Israelite, Honduran Delmar Joel Ramirez Palmer, who has lived in New Orleans, you all, for 18 years. He warned, okay? He tried to warn the supervisors of the safety concerns. All right, so we'll just go ahead and let Captain Kahan continue, sir. You got it.
And if I could, and I know you remember along with Mother Bar, where we were speaking that those brothers could hear us in the building.
That's good night. That's right there. God,
I remember us speaking, and listen, this is why the truth is so important. If you are within ears reach of the truth, you better listen to everything we saying.
Right.
You understand? Because, and I remember a black brother came down, an Israelite, another brother, he came down, he was aware, he came down and talked to us at camp. He heard us from the building. And I hope nothing happened to that brother too.
God.
But they were on the construction site working while we were teaching. And we can hear the echoes of what we were saying up in that building. They could hear it. They would look down and hear what we were saying. Those Latino brothers and sisters, man. I mean, Latino brothers and brothers from Judah and all them brothers up in there, man, in South America.
Right.
You understand? That is what, listen, this is why, and let me tell you something, it's spiritual too. Because they are continuing to raise the rent in New Orleans. You understand? They pushing black people out. You got a full-scale gentrification going on, like in most major cities, but it's definitely happening in New Orleans. So much so that I want to say 2 Saturdays ago, they had a housing march down there, somewhere down there in New Orleans.
Wow.
For the rent being high. So they're showing you, and they show you what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we build up a place culturally with our music, the jazz, the food, the dancing, and they come in and build over the top of you. And it's spiritual. That's why, let me tell you, the Lord, he's a just God. But he let certain things happen to teach us and show us things, man.
Right.
To show us how unfair these people are. He warned, if anything, he should be getting an award.
No.
He should be getting the keys to the city for raising the alarm.
Oh man!
If anything, this should give him citizenship.
Right. That's right.
Instead of kicking him out, but they show you that this man is an animal. Keep reading, my brother.
Good night. And don't let it come from the oppressor. If it had been from the oppressor, they'd have been raised as a hero. And
oh yeah.
Oh man.
Listen, if a white man would have said this, they would have had him in Congress testifying right now.
Oh man. Wow.
They would give him a star. He would be a star witness.
Right.
And they would take care of him like you taking care of Joe Pesci. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they would be taking care of him.
Oh, I'll tell you.
You understand? Like, but him, he gonna get deported. And you know why he get deported? Because they don't want to pay out any goddamn money.
Right.
That's the real reason. The brother got injured. And it's settlement. Everybody down there getting a settlement. I'm telling you right now. Anybody got injured down there in Hard Rock Cafe, they get paid.
Right.
There's no mistake. Because they were at fault. It was faulty construction. It wasn't the hard rock, it was the soft rock.
Right.
Keep going.
No, I'm just trying to see if I can. I hear some type of music. I don't know what that is. It's just they want to play dramatic music in the background, and I'm checking.
Yeah.
I'm checking all my sources. All my sources are in order. There's nothing out of line here. I'm just doubling back, Cap. This is let me see. So what I did, I just cut down all volumes of the output, so that should rectify any situation that's coming in. So, all right, well, let's get it.
Okay.
These stories are very important. Now, a construction worker, again, it says Delmer Joel Ramirez Palma, a Honduran, working inside an 18-story building when it dramatically crumbled onto a busy downtown intersection on the 12th of October, killing 3 and injuring dozens. He survived a fall from the 9th floor to the 6th floor now by swinging from a rope. Ramirez Palma was hospitalized with serious injuries, including head trauma and internal inflammation, and still requires now surgery for an acute eye injury, according to his wife and 2 lawyers working on separate immigration and civil injury cases. So immediately after the incident, he was interviewed by a Spanish language media outlet. 2 days later, he was arrested by immigration authorities while fishing with his family in a national wildlife refuge. Okay?
Yeah, listen, they tracked him down to a national wildlife area where he was fishing with his family.
Man,
you don't even have the dignity to let this man fish with you. Gonna come get him. The man is injured. He's trying to spend some time with his family fishing, and you don't have the dignity to give him that.
Golly.
After all you've been through. Boy, let me tell you something. If you don't understand what we're saying in the ISUPK, when we say the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of, you know what? I can't even say I pity you. I can't really even say it. I want to. But this is hardcore evidence here. This man is injured with 18, he's with his family. And he still got to get surgery. And you're going to come arrest him. That was targeting. You understand? Don't believe the company didn't have a hand in this also.
Right.
Keep going.
Now, according to his lawyers and his wife, Ramirez Palma had reported safety concerns, including asymmetrical building measurements and uncured concrete too weak to support the weight. To his supervisors at King Company, a New Orleans construction firm, before the deadly collapse, construction managers allegedly told him to ignore the issues, according to Mary.
Then you see that? So who should be goddamn deported?
Right.
Now listen, he's trying to help save people's life. They care nothing about life. And we're showing you whose kingdom this kingdom belongs to.
Right.
Because in a righteous kingdom, this brother wouldn't have to go through this.
Mm-hmm.
In a righteous kingdom. This brother was trying to help save everybody's life, and look what happened to him. Showing you that this world is backwards. You got the wrong people in charge. He should have been in charge of the site.
Right.
He's been 18 years in the world of construction. He know about the concrete and the asymmetrical beaming.
Right.
Beams are supposed to be up in there to support the concrete. It wouldn't collapse like that if you had the right structure. He knew that. Keep going, my brother.
Absolutely. Colonel McConnell. And it goes on to say, Yannick, right? Yannick is the lady's name. Construction managers allegedly told him to ignore the issues, according to Mary Yannick, senior staff attorney at the New Orleans Workers Center for Racial Justice and Advocacy Group. Okay, so it goes on. The U.S. government's Occupational System and Health Administration, OSHA, okay, and the New Orleans Police Department are currently investigating the cause of the collapse. The bodies of 2 victims remain inside the building, which will be imploded in January. Okay, so now Ramirez Palma's arrest highlights the unique risk undocumented immigrants face on job sites, advocates said. The timing is highly suspicious, and the circumstances of the arrest are extraordinarily suspicious, said Yannick, noting.
Yeah, it's suspicious because they know he gonna get some money.
Right.
Keep going.
And what's also suspicious, if I may add, Cap, what's also suspicious is why, if we're going to speak like they're trying to speak about the brother, why is the people at King's Company, why are they hiring undocumented immigrants? And that's why.
Come on, man.
And then on top of that, they don't. They told them they're not concerned about the building collapsing or anything because it's not their own people that work there. It's undocumented immigrants who work there. So if the building falls, hey, you know what I'm saying? You're paying less, and yeah, you just get some more people and bring some undocumented immigrants to work damn near for pennies, if that, on $1. And so, hey, just like the Taino Indians, right? Good business, right? If 1,100 come and only 300 survive,
Exactly. They're showing you that they don't give our life.
Right.
And matter of fact, this is why the Bible is so heavy. Go take me to Exodus. Take me to Exodus chapter 1 and verse 7. I'm sorry, Exodus chapter 1 verse 7. This is how you know this is our story.
Yep.
This is our story every day in America. Do you understand? This is talking about you, man. The Chinese don't fit in this story. The Africans don't fit in this story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't fit in this story, man. They're using them as guinea pigs, man, in some instances.
Right.
It's a damn shame how they're using our people, man. And it's upsetting. And it's probably, you never know, it's probably those 2 Israelites that's still in that building that's dead, man. All this stuff happened in Egypt. The same thing happened, man. You think it wasn't no construction blunders in Egypt? You big-head Egyptology niggas?
Right.
You just think the pyramids got up there and there wasn't nobody that died?
Wow.
Let's go, my brother. Let's go to Exodus chapter 1, verse 7.
Exodus chapter 1, verse 7, and it reads, "And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceeding mighty, and the land was filled with them." Verse 8.
You understand? That's what, as me and we was in Egypt, we were having kids and having babies, same way the Latino brothers and sisters having babies, growing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 18 years, you probably had about 3 babies. Having a life for itself. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 8 rather. "Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph."
And why did it say which knew not Joseph? Meaning, he didn't care. He didn't know or care about how Joseph made Egypt great.
Right.
He didn't care about it. Because if he cared about it, he wouldn't have pressed his offspring, his relatives of his nation. And it's just how it is in America. They don't take note of our contribution to this so-called democracy or democratic republic. All the things that we've done and all the blood that we done shed and died and sacrificed for this goddamn place, this godforsaken place you call America. Keep going.
Verse 9. "And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we."
You understand? They knew it was a difference. They knew that it was a difference. And they looked at the population and they said they knew that they needed some form of population control. You understand?
Right.
The same way you do in America. They feel that these people are multiplying. We got to find a way to stop this. They more and mightier than we. What's going to be our future? Keep going.
Verse 10. "Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land."
Say what?
"And so get them up out of the land."
AKA deportation. This is twofold. It ain't just with abortion. Get them about the land, meaning whatever form of population control we can do, we got to do it to get them about the land.
Right.
That's why I said, come, let us deal wisely. That's why you got to be wise to understand oppression.
Boy.
You understand?
Night,
Oppression or downpression, as our Benjamite brothers would say.
Right.
This is what you got going on. That's what they do. They deal with us wisely to get us out the land. Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Keep reading.
Continue reading. It says in verse 11, therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with burdens.
You see that? Now, taskmasters, meaning, now these are the supervisors, the superintendents who are over the construction site.
Right.
Now, the brother seeing the bolt in the beam. He's seeing that it is bending in the video. He's showing them these things are not stable. And you're going to tell them to continue to work in between it like a goddamn sandwich. How are they going to work when they seeing it bowl? It's starting to get a bow in it. And it's bending more concrete you lay up in there. That's a burden. And you got to go to work. They got to go to work because they figured about supporting their families. So now you put them between, excuse the phrase, but between a rock and a hard place.
Right.
Hard Rock Cafe.
Oh, man.
That's what you put them in. You put them between a rock and a hard place.
Right.
That's an affliction, man. That's not a job. That's the difference between having a job and that's what we call jobs in the eyes. We call it slavery because that's what it is. That's what it is. Keep going, my brother.
Come on. So now therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramesses.
You understand? New Orleans is a treasure city. I ain't got to tell you. They call it the Crescent City. New Orleans is a treasure city. You know how much money comes to New Orleans? How much tourism comes to New Orleans? They just had a Saints game tonight. Just Saints game today after while we were having class. It was ridiculous. How much alcohol was being served out there? How much food and beverage is being served out there?
Man.
It's a goddamn treasure city. And guess who built it? Israelites.
Boy, I tell you.
Keep going.
So now, verse 12. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel.
Keep going.
Verse 13. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor. Verse 14. And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, in mortar and in brick, and in all manner of service in the field. All their service.
So this wasn't just service in the field. This was with brick and mortar. That's construction. That's construction. Brick and mortar. They made their lives bitter, hard, with serving in bondage, in brick and mortar. That's construction, brothers and sisters. That's the Hard Rock Cafe. Keep going.
All their service, wherein they made them serve, was with rigor.
You understand that? And that's what you have here in America and abroad, man, with Esau. They make us serve with rigor. Any more on this story, my brother?
A little bit more, and it reads now. Tania Besso Ramirez Palmer's wife said the encounter with a U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service ranger that led to her husband's arrest was unusual, but can't be certain it was targeted. She claims the officer...
I believe we know it was targeted. We ain't got to tell you.
Yeah.
You know exactly what the hell it was. It was targeted, man.
Right.
Keep going.
She claims the officer seemed to actually be looking for him as he was resting in the shade, Now, the ranger asked for a valid fishing license, which he had, and then for a driver's license, which he did not. Now, the family fishes regularly, Besso said. Besso said they had been through license checks before, but had never been asked for personal identification before the October encounter. Now, the Honduran man's treatment has sent a further chill through the undocumented community, already on high alert under Donald Trump's aggressive enforcement policies. Quote, there's already extraordinary fear in his environment from any worker to report labor violations, said Yannick. Now, Ramirez Palmer's lawyers said his case illustrates how a crackdown on undocumented workers could also hamper investigations into the cause of the accident.
You see that? So what does that do? To show you how dumb these people are. You endorse state-sponsored terrorism by having these people terrified because they're gonna get deported. Now, if there's any damage or anything they want to be reported, guess what? Guess what they're gonna make a lot of Latinos do now? It's gonna make them not say anything.
Right.
So you're gonna put more people's lives at risk now. You goddamn devil.
Wow.
Because they're afraid to say something, but they're gonna say, see, they made an example out of Ramirez. They sent him back, man. I don't want to go back, so I'm gonna just go ahead and work,
Right.
and just pray the building don't fall on all of us. That's man. Let me tell you something. That's terrorism. That's terrorism.
Right. Good night, boy.
Keep going, my brother.
Quote, there's actually crucial information here that the public needs to get to the bottom of what happened at Hard Rock, she said. In 2016, a judge ordered Ramirez Palmer to be deported. Since then, he had been regularly reported to the agency and filed for a stay of deportation earlier this year, his lawyer said.
No, so you know, now listen to this.
They already know. Good.
Now come on now. Now listen, if you can't see this corruption, I don't know what the hell to say to you. All this time he's been filing, they've been letting them stay. But now the crash happened. He hop on Telemundo and say,
Right.
yeah, I saw what happened, and it wasn't, and I tried to talk to him, and now they deporting him. Now they deporting that man. I wonder who's paying the goddamn judge. Keep going, my brother.
Absolutely amazing, man. Now, it goes on to say, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, and OSHA did not respond to requests for comment. Of course not. But Besso and her husband's lawyer said that they were concerned for his health and could not determine if he had received recent medical treatment for his injuries. So Daryl Gray, who is representing Ramirez Palmer and 4 other Hard Rock workers in a civil suit against building developers, said he had spoken to numerous undocumented workers too afraid to talk about the accident. There you go. Now, there you go. So,
you see that?
Right. So he called federal authorities' treatment of Ramirez Palmer unfair at its core. Quote, and it is contrary to seeking justice, he said. One agency is investigating this tragic collapse, and then another government agency is moving material witnesses out of the country. Okay?
You see?
Yeah.
So what? Hold on. If you think God not gonna move on this case, you out your rabbit ass mind.
Right. Good night, boy.
Now, how you gonna? Listen, it ain't no way getting around this. And they don't understand. They talking about, we need your help. We want to find information. You deporting the information.
Wow, man.
The Lord looking down and seeing this, man. He gonna deal with this. Make no mistake about it, brothers and sisters. You better get on the Lord's side, because this man is in direct opposition of the Most High and anything that's righteous. Keep any more of that, brother?
Colonel McCann. For Bueso, who is also Honduran and has lived in New Orleans for 14 years. The fallout from the tragedy has brought on immediate fears for her whole family. Also, along with a more lasting impact. And while she said she was afraid speaking publicly could attract retribution, she was doing so in the hope that it doesn't happen to other families. So thankfully, she said, thankfully my husband is alive. Other people didn't have so much luck. The impact that it has, I've been getting notes from my child's school saying that he is having suicidal thoughts. So it has something. That really marks you. Okay.
Now you see that we can't even. I mean, you can really diagnose a lot of them with PTSD. I think in some of these cases, because you living under a constant threat of being deported and your family being separated. That's not a life.
Right.
That's why the Bible says, you know what I'm saying, talked about the tribes and get even, but this, especially Issachar, it said he would be trapped between two birds.
Correct.
We know this brother from Honduras. You got different ones down there, Honduran, and you got some Asher, you got some Zebulon, you got all of them in there.
Right.
So they're showing you the birds that they got to deal with, man, in this goddamn place.
Wow.
Now the child, it's affecting the children. The children can't even go to school without thinking about, I may not see my daddy today. Let me tell him I love him. Let me tell my mama I love her. I may not see them today. That ain't no life, man. This is what in America, they want you to salute the goddamn flag. Get the hell out of here, man.
Boy,
get the hell out of here. They want you to serve in the military. They want you to vote. For what?
Right.
Goddamn shame, man.
Just looking at the
you better show, and you say something. You Judites, you Negroes, all them other donkey tribes. Listen, you better show some solidarity with your brothers, man. You better show some solidarity with your brothers and sisters. Because it wasn't too long ago when you was illegal.
Right.
You was property. It was illegal for you to be called a human. You understand?
Golly, man.
And then you got too far off that plantation, you was undocumented.
Right.
You had to have papers, nigga.
Yep.
Keep going.
So that's it. That's it for that.
All right. So now, let's go to the next. Let's go to story number 2, man. We're gonna stay on this whole thing about work, man.
Right.
But this slavery that they got us up under, man. Now this story here, I believe, happened in the UK. All right. This is a sister in the UK.
Oh man.
I want y'all to hear this. And let me tell you, I want y'all black women to hear this. Okay, you better pay attention to this story. Because this is what you need to really understand about being an independent goddamn woman.
Yep.
I don't want to go after this sister and her family. But I'm going to tell you something. You women, the Bible calls a woman a weaker vessel. And they do it for a reason. Because you can't bear a lot of weight, man.
Right.
It will break you. Stop trying to be like a man. Stop putting your trust in this society, man.
Yep.
The American dream is going to get you, or the United Kingdom's dream is going to get you jammed up. Keep going, brother. Let's get on to the story, man.
Boy. All right, so story number 2. Another sad story, but hey. NHS nurse, 35 years old, kills herself after the stress of working 12-hour hospital shifts stopped her from settling down to have a family. Inquest hears. Okay.
Do you understand? This sister was 35 years old.
Man.
They got her picture. I don't know if y'all can see her picture. They got her picture of her graduating with her gown, and they got her, I believe, here at dinner. You understand? Stress.
Right.
12-hour hospital shifts, man.
Boy.
You understand?
Good night.
Keep going, bro.
Good night. All right, so now we continue to go on with the story. Sad, sad story. We must go. It says, um, Lenoa Goodard, okay, 35 years old, wanted to have a family, but struggled to have a social life after being landed with unpredictable work hours and extra responsibilities. Although colleagues at Prestwich Hospital in Manchester rated her as outstanding, Miss Goodard developed low self-esteem due to long hours. Now, Miss
Now listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
It's showing you.
Wow.
A lot of you women out there, you're excellent at your job. Make no mistake about it. But your life after the job is depressing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She developed low self. She was outstanding on her job, but that's why we call her slavery. But she had low self-esteem because she dedicated so much time to her job. She didn't have a social life.
Right.
And I believe we get this story. You gonna go into it, man. It affected her relationship with a man.
Sure did.
It affected her relationship with a man to have kids and all that, man.
Golly, man.
And that's probably what drove her to suicide. Let's keep going, my brother.
It's absolutely incredible, man. Colin McCurran. So now we'll get some more, y'all. Hold on because it gets deeper, all right? So now, again, the sister is from Manchester, and let me find out exactly where I was now. Let me see. I want to make sure I don't pass that up. Now, Miss Goodard was found. Miss Goodard was found hanged at her family home by mother Corrine Goodridge on October the 3rd, 2018, just 6 months after she got a promotion. Okay.
Lord have mercy.
A handwritten note across 2 pages of A4 paper now, okay, detailed her negative feelings, a downward spiral, and feelings of self-loathing. Okay, the inquest was told Ms. Goodard had wanted to work as an occupational therapist, but studied nursing and psychology and graduated at Manchester University in 2012. A college friend, Daniel Hines, said although she finished the course, she never actually enjoyed the role. She felt trapped by qualifications and experience.
Hold on. You felt trapped by qualifications and experience. Go ahead.
Good night, man. Lenoa struggled with shifts she was given and found it difficult to maintain a social life around them. Okay, so wow. Now she was saving money for a house deposit, and she was looking for a home she wanted to live in, but didn't find anything, and it was difficult for her to carry out her search because of shifts she was assigned to over the years.
You understand how much of a question that is, man?
Wow.
Like you got money. Now, best believe she working 12-hour shifts. The sister getting paid.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you right now. In nursing, she's getting paper, but she couldn't even have enough time. She was so married to her job that she couldn't go. Like she couldn't even go have time to go look for a house.
Golly, man.
See, this is why you need the ISUPK. Shout out to Officer Parashka and all the brothers out there in the United Kingdom. This is why you need those brothers under command of Journey High.
Right.
Because you need someone. A lot of you women need somebody to tell you to slow down. A lot of you women need a man to step in and say, you ain't going into work today. Call out. Get some rest. You need that.
Yep.
You need someone to give you care. Once again, you need consultations.
Mm.
You need work consultations.
Yep. Keep telling her.
If she would have got called Israelites through the UPK, we would have told her, sis, call out sick. Call out sick. Tell them you got the flu. And you take a couple of days off. You understand?
Right.
But we so tied down by the burden and the cares of this world. This is why Christ said, my kingdom is not of this world.
That's right.
We work so hard to be a part, to build up. Man, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with working. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to have a balance, man. That's what the Lord, what you think the Lord said? 6 days shall ye labor. On the 7th day, you ought to have rest. Man?
Yep.
That's what he gave us the Sabbath for, to have rest. These goddamn devils don't care about you. They gonna bury her. They looking for another replacement right now. Probably already got one. Probably got some white woman, and they ain't gonna work her hard as he worked her.
Right. Right.
Now she's in her life gone. They gonna bring somebody else in, and they gonna work with them. They gonna say, yeah, we just because they know you dedicated to your job. So guess what? They gonna work you. Nah, don't let them do that, man. Get in contact with the ISUPK. Hold on 1 second. Let me get this scripture. Let me get this scripture right now. Am I in the 5th chamber of hell? Put me in the 5th chamber of hell right now.
Conor McCon. Boy,
Take me to Matthew. When you put me in the 5th chamber of hell, I want you to take me to Matthew chapter 11, verse 28, brother. Let's look what Christ had to say.
Conor McCon. Well, this is absolutely incredible, man. All right, let's go ahead and put you in the chamber of hell. All right, let me go ahead and get that off real quick. Wow, man, this.
Put me in the 5th chamber of hell. I want you to take me to
Conor McCon. I'll go ahead and put this down. Had a little delay. I had to get taken care of.
Okay.
No sweat though. No sweat. Let me see. All right, now let's go ahead and get you in the chamber. And oh yeah, I got you right here. I forgot you already in pocket right here. I'm looking for it. Yeah, I'm looking for it. I forgot you just right there. I can just boom, 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 and put you in there right away.
Damn right. Turn the heat up too. I want the heat all the way up.
Conor McCon. Yeah, so
I can't take it.
Good night, man. All right, so you're already in now. Okay, now what do you want,
so now, let's go to Matthew chapter 11, verse 28, brother.
Conor McCon. All right, it's a book.
Listen to what Christ said, man.
Wow. The book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 28, and it reads, "Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest."
You understand what Christ said, man?
That's heavy.
Do you understand what our King Yahweh Shah said? You think he didn't see what was going on, man? He didn't see how hard it was working when he was here on earth?
Right.
He's seen it. And he's seeing it right now on the right hand of the Father. He's seeing it. He's seeing what's going on, man. He knows you heavy laden, man.
Right.
With burden of this world. He said, come unto me. I'm going to give you rest.
Right.
That's what you need. You need rest, man. You need spiritual. You need a spiritual relieving, man. You need rest from this place, man. And how do you get rest? By you putting your trust in the Lord, man, and not in uncertain riches.
That's right.
Take me to verse 29, my brother.
To verse 29. Here we go. Most High Christ. "Take my yoke upon you, and listen, and learn of me, and I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls."
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Take a yoke is something that binds. You'll see a yoke, it binds two oxen together. Like put this yoke upon you. Get tied to this doctrine. Get tied to what Christ really was about, and learn of Him.
Right.
Learn how to do a job. Learn when to say yes and when to say no. Learn of Him. And you're going to find rest into your soul. Brothers and sisters, I'm here to tell you, in the Israelite school of UPK, you find rest in here.
That's right.
A lot of us have been running from a lot of things. A lot of us have been running to a lot of things. But in here, Commander Junior Hana sets everything in perspective. He helps you prioritize your life. He helps you get focused on what really matters in life. And so many times there's so many distractions because we got this false sense of success that we chasing after. And it's costing our people our livelihood.
Yep.
They're like 35 years old. The sister was smart as hell. Probably the best thing in there.
Yep.
And they put the yoke of that goddamn hospital on her, and it killed her.
Man.
Read me verse 30, my brother. And then I want to say this, and she in a hospital. Hold on now. She in a hospital.
Right.
A hospital is supposed to help sick people. It's supposed to be helping people who have ailments and sickness.
Mm-hmm.
And here she is killing herself. Can you imagine that?
That's correct. And Salak, if I may add, she was she was she majored in that. She was a psychologist. She studied, how the brain works and mental issues and so forth. Yet she was able to handle and take care of everybody else, but sad and not being able to take care of her own needs. And she knew how to deal with psychology. You see what I'm saying? But what we learn is not. See, the psychology we learn in the college and so forth to get those degrees, that's one thing. But the oppressor is not going to teach you his psychology that he's running on us. And again, that's why the verse that you brought out was so heavy when it talks about they made us serve with much rigor. See, so she went to school for psychology, but the psychology that was being played on her, that's not found in any books. That's only found in the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. Go ahead, sir.
Damn right, brother. It was. Listen, bro, it's amazing. That's why Christ said, "Those that not sick don't need a physician." It's like this book here. It ain't nothing you can get around this book. Okay. Okay. Let's stop playing around.
Mm-hmm.
Stop lying to yourself. Let's stop playing around, man.
That's right.
This sister here lost her life because she did not have the right. She took her life because she did not have the right guidance. With all degrees, we're showing you what? All your degrees and all this certification you get from these people don't mean nothing. You got to understand, we are spiritual people. Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You God-chosen people.
Right.
You cannot fix a spiritual problem with a carnal solution.
Boy.
It just would not work. You need to fix a spiritual problem. You need a spiritual solution.
Right.
Christ said, "You heavy laden," but He gonna give rest unto your souls, man. That's deeper than just taking a nap. Your soul needs rest, man.
Right.
I'm in the 5th chamber of hell right now, and I'm telling you, your soul needs rest.
Boy, I tell you.
Keep going, brother. We go back to the story, brother.
Come. Boy, that's super heavy. So now, a doctor's reporter was read to the hearing, which said that Miss Goodard had been to see her GP in the weeks leading up to her death. She said she felt unsupported and had nightmares about work and was offered antidepressants, but she refused, saying if work got sorted out, she would feel better. Okay.
You see that? They offered this sister to be on and she's a psychologist.
Right. And she need a man too, because that would have been her support system. So
we about to get to that. We about to get to it. We about to get to the brother who was trying to, trying to wipe the sister, trying to, be with the sister. We gonna get to that. We don't. And I hope you black feminists is paying attention. I hope you independent black. I'm about to say something. I hope you paying attention, man. Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm in eternal warfare with you hoes.
Man,
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm in eternal warfare with feminism. I'm gonna just tell you right now. You understand? I'm steady coming for your neck.
Right.
Because you have lied to these women, you have deceived these women, thinking that they can be strong beyond their means. That's
right.
Everything has a breaking point. And just like that building that fell in the Hard Rock Cafe, you need support. You need support beams. Otherwise, the weight of that will fall on you.
It's going to collapse. Yep.
You think you goddamn superwoman or whatever kind of woman that you think you're warrior princess, goddamn Tomb Raider.
Right.
You're gonna all be. That's what you think you are. You think these things won't affect you, but they are affecting you. You just masking it with makeup and all these different things that you're doing, but it don't fool you. It don't fool us because you see you're not functioning. All women are not in that natural state in this kingdom.
Yep.
You can't even dad. The ones that do have kids can't even raise the goddamn kids because they're working two or three shifts. So don't come in and tell me about you don't need no goddamn man. You out your goddamn mind. Keep reading, my brother. We're going to get into that. You know we're going to do it.
Come on. So now, Miss Goodard's ex-boyfriend, Peter Schaefer, who ended their relationship a week before her death, also spoke...
A week before when?
A week before her death.
Uh-huh.
Right. Also spoke about the inquest. He said Lenore had a wish to have children one day and start a family and her own and of her own, and no doubt she would have been a great mother. But when she was working for the NHS, there was changing shift patterns and she felt frustrated at the unpredictability of shifts. A new position was offered to give her new skills and responsibilities. She did want to stay in mental health and the NHS, but in a capacity that would give her more of a social life. Now, the only reason she stayed, the only reason she stayed in the job that she was Salaki, the only reason she stayed in the job that was not healthy for her was a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, there were many difficulties when she started in the new position, and she was left increasing amount of responsibility, workload, absence of training, and not long after she was signed off work. So, quote, we had long conversations to try to help her to find other opportunities, but over the weeks, communication was deteriorating, and I ended the relationship. Okay, so
and I'm gonna tell you something.
Man. That's heavy, man.
I'm gonna tell you, man. I want y'all women to pay attention now. I want y'all. You help me out with this now.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in the fifth chamber here. I'm trying to make sure I get every point on this.
Right.
But now, a week after he left that one, now let me tell you, it probably ain't no doubt that she loved this man. But she loves her job a little bit more. And I'm gonna tell you brothers out there know you dated a woman who was married to her job that had money. And I know a lot of y'all brothers know this now, and a lot of you sisters know this too. That may be listening. And a man that wanted to, and she put her job before that man, and that man ended up leaving. You understand? And he couldn't be with a woman who was married to her job more than him.
Right.
So what happened? He left. He ended the relationship. And a week after that, am I correct on y'all?
1 week, after that. That's right.
That sister took her life.
Oh, I tell you, man.
You understand? Like this, like we have to get back to the nucleus of a family. How to have a relationship. A lot of you women out there need to be told to stop. Some of you need to be told to go, and some of you need to be told to be stopped. Yeah, and this is why we tell you to give us a call for your consultation, for relationship consultations and any other consultation. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We have some of the best counselors in the world in this school.
That's right.
We need consultations, man.
Yeah.
If you're going through these things, you need to call us. Terms and conditions may apply.
Right.
But you need to call us nonetheless. Pick up the phone. Because you're going to ruin your life. And a lot of you women that didn't commit suicide, you work and you got your degrees and all this money, and now you're 50-something years old in a big house and no man in the house.
Boy.
You got 10-foot glass windows that you stare out of and cry out every night.
Oh, man.
You go get you a puppy or something just to keep you company.
That's it.
But ain't no man. The man that you did have, you wish you would have, but you put him on hold. You put him on hold, and now you went and got a career and ain't got no man. You can have both in our UPK, brothers and sisters.
Man.
You just have to understand balance and priority. It's so sad what happened to this sister, man. It's so sad. But you know who I blame? I blame you goddamn Christian pastors. I blame you damn black feminists who say that you know how to be an independent woman. She was independent.
Wow, man.
She was so independent she hung herself. And you see the contrast of that now?
Right.
Independents feel lonely sometimes if you're a woman.
Boy.
And a woman can't deal with loneliness. I'm just telling you right now. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going, brother.
Coming out on the con. Wow, absolutely amazing. Now, we're gonna get some more. Let me see where we at. Unpredictable shifts. A new position gave her socialite. Now, she said, let me see. He said, let me get back down. Now, she was upset. Okay, this is what the boyfriend had said. Okay, she was upset at my intention. She was upset, and my intention was to give her space and then have a conversation about it. But tragically, she took her own life a week later, and that never materialized. So Clary Hilton, a ward manager in charge of drug and alcohol issues at Prestwich Hospital, said Lenoa started in June 2016 and was promoted to senior staff nurse in June 2018.
Let me tell you something. This sister was the cream of the crop.
Right, she was. Yep.
Like she was, in that short period of time, this sister was, she was promoted, man.
Wow, man.
So you know she working her ass off. You know she working her ass off, man.
Wow.
Keep going.
Now she was and it goes on. It says she was very capable, and on August 16th and 17th performed as the duty manager. It was a very challenging time.
Hold on. This sister was doing more than one job. Let's just keep it real.
Yeah, that's what it is. Right.
Am I lying on y'all?
Nah. I read at least 4 right now that she's doing.
Like she's doing, and you know what this reminds me of? You ever been to McDonald's or Burger King? And you see that one sister with the headphones on, taking the order at the drive-thru, making the fries, and then taking the order at the counter.
Right.
That's what they do. Some of you women, like General said, the black and Hispanic Native American woman, they get you some money. They know how to work. They know how to go Esau place and get money. But boy, they working them like you talking about like a Hebrew slave, brother. Like I just think about them when I go to a fast food spot. Some of them sisters should be getting paid double. Here you are working in a corporation, a fast food corporation that makes probably trillions of dollars.
Right.
And they paying you minimum wage, and you doing 3-4 jobs. They don't even gotta hire nobody extra because you doing 3 jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like this sister was doing 3 damn jobs, and they're showing they don't care about you. These jobs don't care nothing about you.
Right.
You got to remember that on these jobs. While you getting buried, they're looking at somebody else's resume right now. That's what they do. That's Esau. He don't care. They don't care about you because you're nothing to them, but you're not, you're not a person to them, man. Why don't you call Commanding General Yohana, you sisters out there who got these high-paying jobs and going through a lot of stress? Wonder why your relationship life ain't working, your social life ain't working, why you ain't got a family yet. Why don't you get some spiritual consultation?
Right.
The women back then of old, they were wise enough to know that. When they had problems, they look for a man of the Lord. Let me go speak to the priest. about this.
Right.
I got problems. I need to inquire of the Lord. Why don't you do that instead of goddamn going in a pill bottle, popping a goddamn pill every damn time you want to cry?
Right.
Why don't you do that? You know what I'm saying? I love our sisters, man, but it's frustrating sometimes because you know too goddamn much. Soon as you got a degree, a nigga can't tell you nothing because he ain't got a degree or he ain't got the same bank account you got. But here you are hanging your goddamn self.
Oh man.
You black women need to humble yourself, man. I'm telling you right now.
Crazy, man. And Cap, if I just may add, I mean, you know, I'm gonna read this next part and comment. It says, he says she was very capable, and on August 16th and 17th performed as the duty manager. It was a very challenging time, and we did speak after this. Now watch this. Both of us felt she was struggling in a lack of confidence in her own capabilities. Although it was not justified, she was more than capable. Now the reason I want to just comment on this is because you brought out a heavy point, as you do always, that both of them, okay, not just her, both of them need to seek a man of the Lord. Both of them need to have gotten the consultation from ISUPK because I'm pretty sure she was going to him and he didn't have the answer himself. You see what I'm saying? Like he doesn't know how to govern over, you know, he doesn't know how to govern over the woman. So he feels like he had a cause in her death as well, you know, because not having to talk to her, breaking up with her, leaving her alone. Of course, that's like a Steve Harvey classic, way to handle a situation or something like that. When he should have had the strength, as a man supposed to have the strength, and deal with the woman and, take her through that, get on the phone with the priest. That's why it's so important for us to, to have our own nation, when we're dealing with outside nations, right?
That's right. That's what you said was so right. I missed that point. What you said, that brother, he needed consultation too.
Right.
Because if he would have got consultation from the school, he would have told her, "You're not going to work today."
Yep.
You barely got a rest, lad. You got 12-hour shifts, 24 hours in a day. You're going to get some rest, and you know what I'm saying? You're going to lay down, you're going to get you some rest, and you're going to call in sick. You're going to be able to relax for the day.
Right.
And tomorrow. You understand? He would have told her that. And guess what? And she and because of her position, they would have had to understand that.
That's right. I mean,
you look at the books, you look at the paper, you look at the time sheet, you gonna have to understand that. 12-hour shifts every day. I understand. I mean, when you working 12 hours a day shift, that ain't no joke.
Well, this is.
You understand?
Absolutely amazing.
And that's a hospital is a high intensity place, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You got people coming in with all kind of injuries, all kind of emotions, all kind of things. And she's in that environment 12 hours. And you tell me a woman can deal with that 12 hours constantly?
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
You need. This is why we telling you, brothers and sisters, out of love. If you out there, if you got any problem, you need to call this school. And some of that money you getting up that 12-hour shift, you need to be paying tithes with.
Right.
And assisting in those nations. That's the other part of that too. You understand? But it's just sad what happened to this sister, man. This brother here, she was probably running him.
Of course she was. That's why he.
She was telling. It don't even mention this brother. He probably was trying to tell her, hey, and she probably was running him, saying like, that's why he ended the relationship. He probably said, look, I ain't got no control over this woman.
Right, and she's dead now, and he's still speaking in a submission form right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he's still saying, well, we both felt. What you mean you both felt? Like,
right.
Whatever you want.
Go ahead, bro.
No, I'm just saying, he's like, well, but what you want for dinner? I don't know, baby, whatever you want for dinner. Okay, well, where you want to go tonight? I mean, I was thinking like whatever place you pick will be fine. Like that's it. He's what they call a honeydew. Honey do this, honey do that. You see what I'm saying? You got to rule over your woman, brother. Right.
And I never forget Commander Jerry Hunter saying this one time. some of you black men, you got to save these women from themselves. You just gonna have to save them from themselves, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because some of these women, and not all, you got some black women who know, okay, I got to call in. But in this case, this was what you consider, and what most people would say an overachiever. And this woman can excel. This type of woman here can excel with the right guidance. The Lord can use a woman like this. You know what I'm saying? But look what the world does to her.
Wow.
The world will use your ass up until there's nothing left, and they'll find another nigga.
Right.
Or another nation to replace you, man.
And this is also a result of the roles being reversed, and how the woman, wants to be masculine and take the role, and that's simply out of order with the order that's laid down, in 1 Corinthians 3:11, when it's the Most High, Christ, man, woman, of course, children. Whenever that's out of that, then everything else is out of whack. But no other nation, no species or animal, anybody does that but the children of Israel. And again, it just adds to the condition that we in. And it's like you said earlier, Cap. It'll be more. I don't know what's going to happen, if it's going to be more suicides happening amongst our people, or school shootings and so forth that's happening by our oppressors. So I'm gonna weigh out to see which one reaches the finish line first, because the only game in town, like I say, and it's not a game, that's just a figure of speech. Only game in town is the ISUPK, and you are going to have to learn to come in and be quiet and submit to the will of the Lord, and to men that know more than you, who can help you, who really love you, and I'm speaking directly to you brothers and sisters. I'm not, this is 50-50 information on both sides, you see what I'm saying? And come in this truth and learn how to govern not only each other, but your thoughts. Okay, you got to learn, you got to learn how to govern what's going on, because guess what? This oppressor, listen, when they sit around at those round tables, and they sit around at the EU and the UN, there is no one to represent blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And you can bet, okay, that they're speaking about how to govern us and make a psychologist who studies in mental health commit suicide, man. Okay, and Cap, before I give it back, this, I'm just sort of giving the analogy or the comparison. It's sort of like, Solomon being the wisest man in the world, and then still falling to women, and building groves and, and altars to their gods and so forth, and cleaving on to those women, and angering the Lord to where he died. It's the same thing, when you have, the strongness of a woman, and her trying to think that she could, outsmart or deal whatever with the world, but you can't. You have to follow the Lord your God, cleave to him, and stay to the God of Israel, who is your refuge, man. She felt that she didn't have no support system. The scripture said that the Lord is your refuge, the Lord is your rock. That's her support system, but because she didn't have that, right, and and because she didn't have that, and the man didn't have it, ISUPK once again is using this tragedy as a teaching moment. But you got it, Cap.
Oh yeah. Oh man, listen. What you're saying is amazing, because the Bible said this: my people perish for a lack of knowledge.
Wow.
And we have to, let me tell you something, and I know this is going to ruffle a lot of fellas, but you have to reconsider what's knowledge.
Yep.
You're going to have to reconsider what is what you have real knowledge. You got to understand, this sister here had a degree. I believe she probably had multiple degrees.
Multiple degrees, right. Mm-hmm.
She had this sister was highly educated. Do you understand?
Wow.
But she did not have knowledge. She didn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if she would have had it, she would have not perished.
That's right.
The Bible says, my people, my is a possessive word, my people perish for a lack of knowledge.
Good night.
We here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge are going to give you universal practical knowledge that you can apply to your life and have a productive life.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
You cannot allow these people to work you to death, to work you out of a relationship. This is what they did with the feminist movement. They tricked you women. They tricked you black women. And you still walking around here believe some of these sisters waking up though.
Right.
I see some of them online. Some of them start to say, well, you know, we got to start listening to men. I'm seeing it. Oh, the truth getting out there.
Right.
They start to talk to these other sisters. You can't keep that child from that man. You better leave that child. They starting to see. And guess what? It's just a matter of time for it to come all the way around. And we're going to deal with you feminist women. We're going to deal with you hoes.
Right.
You understand? Because you've been running far long enough. I've seen when they had a women's rights march and all these other women, they don't highlight stories like this on y'all.
Right, they don't. Right.
They skip over these types of stories.
Mm-hmm.
You see, they don't want to hear these type of stories. But these are the type of stories that need to be highlighted.
Right, man.
Keep reading, my brother.
That's beautiful, sister, man. Gone. So now, you have, wow. So, again, you have, on September the 7th, I received a call from Leona that she had seen her GP. Her mood was low, and she was feeling anxious. Okay, she was feeling anxious, and she was signed off for 2 weeks. Okay, she called in September the 20th, but was not ready to come back, and I anticipated another sick note. Okay, on Monday, I got a text asking if I was working and if I was free to meet that day. She said she felt low and had not been out of bed for a week beforehand. Okay.
Now hold on. So they're showing you when she called out, she was already planning her suicide.
Oh man, this is incredible. Man.
It got to the point now. Now it's to the point where she called him. The brother she was talking to.
Right.
So she realized, you know what, I need a man. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? At some point you gotta realize, you know what? You know, what's that song? I'm going down.
I'm going down.
It was Mary J. Blige. I'm going down.
That's it.
Because he ain't around.
My whole life is upside down.
Song like that is music to my ear.
Right.
What did I do wrong? You call for consultation, and we're gonna let you know what you did wrong. Keep going, my brother.
Wow. Yep. And again, Mary J. Blige say I'm going down is going down because you're not around, and my whole life is upside down. That's what it
Come
says.
on, man.
Okay, so now it goes on. It says she had let me see. Yeah, she had. She said she felt low and had not been out of the bed for a week beforehand. Her death was a shock for colleagues and patients. Okay, she was really valued, rated as outstanding. We had started a memory book with pictures and recollections of her family. We had nothing but fond memories of Leona. Now, while working...
Now this her work colleague, them disgusting bastards. You know she's working 12-hour shifts.
Right.
You sit right there and watch her working 12 hours. You know when somebody working with somebody and they life going to hell.
Right.
You like, man, you need to take off. You need to call out, man. You speak on the job. Ain't no telling how much coffee and energy drink that sister was probably drinking, trying to stay up.
Absolutely amazing, man. Absolutely amazing. So now, while working, okay, we have, it says, while work colleagues, Sienna Donovan said, Leona's job pattern and shifts were a big factor in her unhappiness even before she got the promotion. Listen, she goes on to say she definitely felt unsupported at many times. I told her to leave and find something else. She was looking for other jobs when she called me and was signed off when she definitely needed some rest. Now, when
the brother told her to leave and try it, but he probably ain't said it the right way. I don't know. I don't know what it was. But anyway, she didn't listen, whatever the case may be. I can't too much fault the brother, because he did try to tell her to leave, but whatever happened, it didn't work, man. And his sisters, you know, when you get a sister, some sisters are headstrong, man. Some sisters, once they get a degree, they're like, look, what you do? This is my career, this is my future.
Right.
You can't tell them nothing, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like my grandmother used to always say, a hard head make a soft ass.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some of these women, you can't tell nothing, man. You can't tell them to cook you no food or nothing, man. They ain't gonna try to get that. Keep going.
Now, it says, when Leona split with her boyfriend, had never heard her so upset. I encouraged her to get some air, but she didn't want anybody to see her crying. Leona's mother, Corrine Goodrich, said the job at Prestwich involved her treating patients with drug and alcohol issues. She got a promotion 6 months before her death, but I think she was in two minds about it, and I was not
she
sure.
Was in what?
She was in two minds about it.
You understand? And that's biblical. The Bible says a double-minded man, and likewise a woman,
right,
is unstable in all their ways. This is why once again, Israelite School UPK, we teach a sound doctrine. You need a sound mind. All these, you can't function with all these. See, once all these degrees that you get, you can't function if you don't have the truth.
Right.
If you don't have a sense of a moral compass, you can't function. You may make some money, but you're not useful as a person.
Right.
All you are is, you know what you are? You're like a solar-powered Negro. You're like a robot.
Oh, man.
You're like a cyborg that go in, punch a clock, and lose drugs, and then go home and go to sleep and cry at night. Wake up, do the same thing over and over, no life. That's death.
Man.
That's a slow death, man.
Sure is.
All this sister did was just speed up the process. That's sad, man. Keep going, my bro.
Come on. So now, we go on some more. Let me see, feeling positive about it. So it says she got a promotion 6 months before her death, but I think she was in two minds about it, and I was not sure she was feeling positive about it. So the shift work in particular got her down, as she did a 12-hour shift. Leona had not had any long-term steady relationship, and the most recent one ended by text message. Despite the fact Leona might have been stressed at work, none of us fully realized she was feeling depressed and sad. Her death has affected the whole family deeply. We all miss her, asking, why did this happen? So police coroner's officer Marie Logan said, sadly, Leona seems to have been suffering from low self-esteem and depression, and had been off sick at work. She had difficulties coping with her recent promotion. She had been who copes with a recent promotion? Not unless you have a lot of responsibility like that. Promotions like, oh, I get more money. I get this. Her promotions like, no, not a promotion. Like,
hold on. I want to say something, and I went over this in the class about how to deal with losses.
Right.
The Bible talks about this. It talks about this damn it verbatim. The Bible says in the Apocrypha, it says, there's a certain guilt that's turned to a loss.
Oh, man.
Like, it's certain things, like, you gotta understand. Oh, my goodness. I understand why Jesus wept. I understand why Christ wept, man. Because he saw the condition of our people. He understood the mental and the spiritual condition of our people. And you gotta, when you see a person get promoted and they're depressed, you have to ring the alarm.
Right.
Like you said, who gets depressed when he is promoted? But that's something, the signal.
Wow.
And her fellow psychiatrists should know that. And they up there fixing all them people, but they ain't trying to help her.
Wow, man. Hey, man.
It's a damn shame, man.
It is. It
And
is.
it's so sad. This young sister, 35-year-old, beautiful sister, man. 35-year-old, educated, rising to the top of her field. But without the proper guidance, she ended up taking her own life.
Hmm.
Brothers and sisters, I encourage you to get in contact with Every Life through the UPK.
Okay.
I really do. I'm just telling you. Listen, don't believe nothing I'm saying. Just try us out. How about that?
Right.
Can you do that? Can you just try us out? You know what I'm saying? Just give us a shot. Give Commander General Yohana a shot. All right? Just try it. Try what we say and apply to your life, and watch you see the difference in your life. You understand? This is so sad. How much time we got, my brother?
Oh man, we probably got about 10 minutes left, so we probably want to move
Okay.
on because we've gotten to the meat of this.
Oh.
It's
We got done with this, or we got a little more on?
we can finish. We got a little bit more on it.
Okay, we gonna probably just go and finish out with this. This story right here is important, man. This right here.
Right.
And let me tell you
Come on,
something. This goes on every day in America, and all this is happening in the UK. But this is a sister, and it going all over the world, man. All over, especially in America. This is going on right now in America right now.
Sad, man.
There's black women and Latino women and Native American Indian women working these 12-hour shifts. Some of them more than that, and they can't even raise their family. Some of them can't even have a family, and it ruins their relationship. It ruins their marriage. It ruins their mental capacity. We're sociable people, like the general said. We're social. You need time to be social with each other, man.
Come on, yep.
Like that, you need time to be able to wind that. That's why the Lord said, in 6 days should I labor. On the 7th is a day of rest, man.
Mm-hmm.
He knew we needed rest. The Egyptians weren't giving us no goddamn rest, building them goddamn pyramids. It said that we were going to serve with rigor.
Right.
In all service.
Yep.
Keep going, my brother.
Now she had difficulties. She had difficulties coping with her recent promotion that she had, but these feelings were born out of her rather than by other people. That's cold business, boy. That's cold. She was seen as very much a clever, caring, and very competent nurse, and her colleagues felt the promotions, as justified as she was more than capable. So Leona's feelings were entirely about herself. The note she left indicated depression and low mood and things she felt she needed to do to get her life on track.
I remember the gentleman bringing out depression is a demon.
Conor McCon, right. Conor McCon.
That's a demon. Depression is a demon. Don't make no mistake about it.
Yep.
That is a demon. And this system right here, and it will show you that depression, it drove her to commit suicide. Keep going.
Right. It drove her to, like the pigs, to go run and drown themselves, huh?
Right. That's right. Look, hold on. Depression, let me tell you something. And depression is a demon, but it also works by isolating you from everybody else.
Oh, man, that's heavy.
Which is why that brother, it wasn't working out with that brother, because she was, I can almost guarantee you, if they saying it's simple, and I'm not even a psychologist, but I'm a preaching prophet of the Lord. You gotta understand, you might not have a degree from the white man, but let me tell you something. Who do you think the psychologist was in the Bible?
Priest and prophet, so.
Who you think diagnosed you in the Bible?
Right. Conor McCon. Yep. And that fear. And that fear she had also, out of one, that fear, because she's supposed to fear the Lord, right? So that fear, if you get fear, right, this is heavy. You know what I'm speaking about, right? But when you get that fear, that is the demon taking over you, man. You see what I'm saying? To get you, get you by yourself. Like, that fear that's one of the components, that the devil, that the demon uses also to get you by yourself. And, I don't want to tell anybody, and, let me hide, let me lie. You see what I'm saying? That's absolutely incredible, man. Wow.
Exactly. It puts you in isolation, so you isolate yourself from people. You isolate yourself from people, and let me tell you something. What's more important? You isolate yourself from people who care about you.
Oh man, that's heavy.
Because what it does, the low self-esteem, what that does is it makes you feel I'm not qualified.
Golly.
And that's how a demon works. Now this sister here probably has a master's degree, or Lord knows what else she got. She just got a promotion, and she's still feeling like she's not qualified. That is a demon.
Golly, that's heavy. You break it down like that. That's
a demon.
On point.
And that's how. And then she's a psychologist, but it takes something more spiritual to understand. It takes a man more spiritual to see these things, brothers and sisters. This is what we're trying to tell you. All that money you spending for a therapist, you need to call Command and Journey High.
Right.
Get in contact with us. I guarantee you, it's worth your while. You're gonna find out. You're gonna be told what you don't want to hear. Make no mistake. This sister got told what she didn't want to hear. I guarantee you. But it wasn't strong enough because they're not trained to deal with these demons. You know what I'm saying? Certain demons. Remember what Christ said. Told the disciples, this demon don't come out but by fasting. It's certain demons. It's different levels to this stuff, man.
That's heavy, man.
You know, every demon ain't the same. There's some demons, if you're not qualified, you should not try to deal with.
Calling out on one con, sir.
I'm wise enough to know that. I'm wise enough to know there's certain demons that, you know, only the generals can deal with.
Real talk.
I'm wise enough to know that.
Calling on my con, sir.
I'm not no fool.
Right.
I don't go above my pay grade.
Boy,
you understand? Now, they say, Kahan, you got it, then I know that I'm certified.
Right.
Other than that, I'm not touching it.
Man, that's real, Cap.
You understand?
Con on my con, yeah.
You gotta be wise to understand that.
Boy, that's heavy, boy. Holy man.
So now, let's keep going. Let's see if you got any more on this on the suicide.
Con on my con. So it says, recording a conclusion of suicide coroner Angara Davis said Leona worked as a nurse in an alcohol rehabilitation and recently been promoted to team manager. Colleagues described her as a bright, clever, caring nurse, but it was clear from the evidence that the job role was causing Leona stress because of the difficulties working and the stress of her job. Right? So, as Leona did not share the same views of herself as the colleagues had on her, have considered all the evidence read and heard it seemed read and heard, it seems that Leona was under a great deal of stress going on for a long time. She had very low self-esteem and did not recognize in herself the person that everybody else saw. She was a young woman who made a career helping people who were in trouble. It's absolutely tragic that she didn't recognize what a wonderful person she was. All right, and that's the end of that. And it just goes to say, you know, I just want to add this: what causes depression? See, listen, man, the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Because, Cap, if you don't tell the people that they're God's chosen people, you see what I'm getting at? If you don't tell the people, you know, who this is, it's bigger than Leona committing suicide. It's a reason why. And of course, you know, it said low self-esteem. She's the one to blame. No, the oppressor is the one to blame, because if she grew up knowing that she was holy, a holy nation, a royal priesthood, she was a princess, and with God's chosen people, there was a reason for her to live, you know, and God loves her, and Christ died for her, you know, and if she knew her nationality, then this would not occur. And it wouldn't be drugs in the community. It wouldn't be black on black, you know, or Israelite on Israelite crime. It wouldn't be any of that. You know what I'm saying? So, in the last, we have to take it bigger than this, because the oppressor, with the knowledge that he's given us, has depressed our entire nation, has caused our nation to follow, their heathen nations and their cultures and their gods, and submit to these. We think, these nations are greater than us, so we envy the oppressor, and we end up doing what? We envy the oppressor, and we end up, not being who we are, so we commit suicide because we can't be them. You see what I'm saying? So,
that's right.
Eventually.
That's right, bro.
Right. Eventually, that's what happens. So you got it, Cap.
No, what you saying, brother, is spot on, brother. And let me tell you something. That's why the Bible says in Revelation, he said, I know thy works are not poverty.
Okay, cool. I'm ready to listen.
He knows what we go through every day in this place. Don't think he don't not taking count. You understand? But we got to understand that this place, this dream that we got trying to be a certain way in this place, man, it's all for nothing, man.
Golly.
What we got to do is focus on the kingdom that Christ wanted us to build.
Okay.
We got to focus on that. If we don't focus on that, guess what? We done missed the mark.
Right.
You done missed the mark. You don't even realize. You think you gonna get somebody out of this goddamn place? That's what you believe? You think this place got something better for you than what the Lord got for you?
Oh, please.
You better wake up, man. You understand? So, like I said, it's sad. Condolences out to that sister and her family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just so sad, man, to see it. It's and imagine how many lives got destroyed like that. We got people among us that, some of our people are literally geniuses. And we squander it away on nonsense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Look at that big head nigga, Ben Carson. That nigga is a neurosurgeon. That nigga performed some first operation or something where he in the Black History book, and this nigga up there kissing Donald Trump ass.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like we give. That's why the Bible says the Lord requires what? The first fruits of our labor.
That's right. Yep.
The first fruit. It belongs to him. That 12-hour shift don't belong to this man.
Right. That's right.
With that type of spirit that sister had for that drive, that belongs to the Lord, man.
Oh, man.
Let me tell you something. You give the Lord half of what you give Esau. Watch what he do with it.
Oh, man.
I tell you what. You try giving the Lord 12-hour shifts a day doing the work of the Lord.
Oh, Most High Christ.
Watch what happens. Watch. See, the thing about it is, you don't got enough faith to try the Lord.
Come on.
If you try to look, I'm almost afraid of what the Lord would do if we try him like that.
Golly. Excellent.
That's the Lord ain't one to lie. I don't underestimate the power of the Holy Spirit. You have enough faith. The Bible says you got a faith of a mustard seed, you can move a mountain. You give the Lord 12-hour shift of your time. You give him 12 hours every day.
Oh,
you watch what the hell happens. You better be ready.
Right, man.
You understand?
Okay.
So let's give our life and our dedication to the Lord. This is a sad story. May the Lord, like I said, the Lord bless, look over her family. And you know what I'm saying? And our condolences out to this sister, man. But this is a tragic story. And them feminists ain't touched it. I don't see them feminists touching this story. And they're not going to touch this story.
Right.
But the ISUPK, of course, we will. And if any of you feminists feel like you got the nerve to call in and want to talk about it, we can talk about it. Of course, I want y'all, you open a line anytime you feel like it. You know what I'm saying?
Come.
We willing to take on whoever. You know what I'm saying?
Come.
We don't give a good goddamn. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because this truth right here is undefeated. You understand? So, the water for having me on. Also, I want y'all at the water for also by the ball calling in all the brothers and sisters out there listening. Make sure you pay your tithes, support the ISUPK. Maybe we want to see you at the Passover. Pay your Passover fund. I believe the Passover fund is $100 for a family with $100.
$100, sir.
Look, $100. They want to see you in New York in April. April what?
April 9th. April the 9th.
April the 9th, 2000. It's so-called 2020. The year of our oppressor. Of course, we know our new year starts in the spring.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then the Passover, which is beginning our new year. But make sure you want to see you in the place to be. Commander General Hunter has got the building. Support your brother. Get behind him. 200%. Get behind him all the way. This brother right here has been, stood through persecution, hated, all that, man. And he's still standing for this nation under Christ, man. You better get behind your brother. You better call for some consultation. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? So, I want to thank all y'all for having me on the radio show. This Captain Kahan Yah reporting live from hell. I'm out of here.
Most High in Christ. Again, Priest and Captain 13,000, man, putting it down like it always is. You see what I'm saying? And this is what's glorious, man. You know what I'm saying, what's glorious is, commanding General Yohana, man, raising up the priests and prophets, man. Okay, that's what's glorious. Okay, that's what's glorious, being able to raise up the priests and prophets, man, so we can come out with this knowledge. You understand what I'm saying? Listen. This is what we miss. Okay, let me go ahead and shut this down real fast. Get us out of. Okay, that should be it right there. All right. So now, being able to, under the direction and guidance, under commanding General Yohana, man, like I said earlier, this is the only way that we are going to, fight and be able to have the knowledge, man. Because guess what? It's not going to be given to you. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna have to definitely work for it. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to show yourself approved, not just memorizing scriptures. You understand? Not just memorizing some scriptures. That's not what's gonna happen, right? You are going to have to go through the furnace of affliction. You're gonna have to be tried, right? You're gonna have to be tried, and she is not the only one. Understand that, okay? This sister, man, that went through, and it was horrible what she went through. But guess what? This sister is not the only one. She's not the only sister, and she's not the only brother that's working, right, uncountable amounts of hours. She's not, right? And guess what? You have those same thoughts. If you're listening to me right now, you need to immediately, I'm talking about with no further ado, okay, get in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana and get the counseling that you need. You cannot freestyle and hustle by listening to some video. All right? And you should give the devil more credit than that. If you think that you're untouchable and you can handle it, but then keep doing what you're doing, right? But the devil has been commissioned, man, to send these demons at you. Satan has, right? And one of his workers on the planet is the devil, which is the so-called, well, not the so-called, but the oppressor that the Bible speaks of, right? And what he's putting on you, listen, a bunch of degrees and your psychology degree and philosophy degree, you're not going to be able to withstand. Knowledge and stability shall be what's going to rule. You understand that? You need knowledge and stability is going to be the wisdom of our time that we're living in. We're living in perilous times right now, dangerous times. And guess what? You should know by this story that we went over, Captain Kahan went over, you don't have to walk outside and get shot by a bullet or get gunned down through gang violence or something like that. You can mess around and do what? Kill your damn self, right? Not knowing how to think through and have other alternatives. And it's coming to you. This is just the start. Remember, the revolution starts within yourself. Kingdom of heaven starts within yourself, right? And if you don't have another way to think, it's not going to help, man. Old lit daddy that's in the church and the pastor in the church are not going to be able to help you. Mama Lula and Sister Clarice and all those, sisters and been in the church for, 50 and 60 years, they can't offer you any advice other than to leave your man. And in this case, she needed a man. She needed a man of the Lord. And she needed men of the Lord, angels of the Lord, to guide her. She didn't have it. All right. So again, you all, I'll bring, we have some more super topics that we had. I'll make sure that I bring them out throughout the week periodically. May do a little short segment. So you all tune in. Make sure you tune in to Boot Up or Shut Up Radio. Again, make sure you donate to Boot Up or Shut Up Radio. That's $ Boot Up or Shut Up Radio. $ Boot Up or Shut Up Radio. All right. And again, I do the rundown to all of our ISUPK affiliates. Big ups to my big brothers, Captain Tazariak, Captain Khatazai, Cross the Line Radio. If you feeling like, you feeling kangaroos, then jump on Cross the Line Radio. And I'm telling you right now, you're going to end up getting crossed out on the line. Okay? Remember that. So don't pass the line of scrimmage when it comes to Cross the Line Radio, right? Again, we have our brothers that's out of Delaware. Okay, we have Officer Taziah Warren, Officer Matazapa. Big ups to my brothers in Delaware, man. And they have Rude and Speech Radio. You want to check that Rude and Speech Radio out. Support our brothers in Delaware. We also have our brothers, our Israelite brothers in Indianapolis. Big ups to my big brother, Captain Kapash, Officer Tarab, Officer Natazapa. They up there laying it down, man. Up in Indianapolis. Take Ground Radio. Okay, you want to prepare for that. You also want to give big ups to Angry Black Man Media. That's Captain Saka War holding down Memphis, Tennessee right now. All right, and everywhere he touching ground at. And big ups to Priest and Officer 5000 Ariyah of Angry Black Man Media. All right, you want to make sure that you keep a lookout for that as well. We have on Wednesdays, we have off in California, my brother once again, Priest and Officer 5000 Khazak Yad out of California, The Inconvenient Truth. You want to make sure you check that brother out. That is a heavy historian brother, man, and biblical as well. All right, representing, bringing in for the Hispanics, you know, our Latinos, Mexican, Aztecs, Olmec, Mexica, you know, Chicano, whatever it is. All right, The Inconvenient Truth. Priest and Officer 5000 Khazak Yad will bring that information to you every Wednesday. All right. Okay, now keep in mind, you don't want to forget about tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday. We have Let a Hebrew Speak in the morning. Starts at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central. All right. It'll be hosted by General Hazayan, Captain Akkad, and we also have Officer Marah in the building, man. Okay, at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Let a Hebrew Speak. Now, immediately following that, radio show, immediately following that, my big brother, out of Syracuse, we have Captain Azaniah, The Hidden Truth Revealed, rocking side by side with Officer Karam Ya'ala. The Hidden Truth Revealed comes on immediately after Let a Hebrew Speak. All right. Now, after that, you got your breakdown class that happens around 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock Eastern, be 7 o'clock. What's that? Yeah, 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern, right? The breakdown, you got a scripture breakdown class coming tomorrow. And guess what happens after that, y'all? Y'all know what time it is, man. Black Watch, the Grill radio show. With guess what? With none other than Commanding General Yohana, the leader of this great nation of Israel. Okay? The Grill Radio Show. And if you have not subscribed, make sure you do subscribe to Black Watch. Again, that's Black Watch, the Grill Radio Show. All right. Want to make note of that change so you don't miss the powerful information that's coming out, and you can see all of the glorious generals, man, that are in effect, man. We got 12 Shield General Hyman on deck. We also have General Mayaka Allah. General Mayak, he's on deck as well. All right, so the general's in the building, man. All right, so listen, man. Again, another episode, 60th episode. Big ups to everybody in the chat room on Facebook as well as YouTube. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. If you have not, go subscribe. Make sure you share the video, okay? Again, I am Priest and Officer of 5000 Awanya Allah, man. Austin camp leader in full effect, man. Big ups to all my brothers, man, that's in Austin, man, and Killeen. Y'all know what time it is, man. I'm saying Texas on the rise once again. And that's another episode, man. 60th episode. We'll see you all next Sunday. Same time, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Try to get that time, get them technical difficulties out the way. But hey, like I said, the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, all right? And we'll end on that note. Hey, shalom, Israel. Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shabbarakatham to all my Akim. And shalom, Yahweh Shamar Alathan Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah to all of the Akwatian, all my sisters, okay? Big ups, man. We out of here.